the last story.
Hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, today to a new video. And today I want to give my raw reaction to Chris Chibnall and Jodie Whittaker leaving Doctor Who. Now, it's been confirmed yesterday, Jodie Whittaker and Chris Chibnall both will depart at the end of this season, basically, Doctor Who. I think, in fact, it'll be sooner than that. It'll probably be within the next few weeks, I believe, once they've finished filming for season 13 and the special episodes, apparently, that are coming out. So I just want to give a bit of a reaction to my thoughts and what I think. So here goes. So personally, I feel quite rejuvenated about the news. I think this is good that both are leaving. As sad as I feel for Jodie Whittaker, because I feel like she could have done so much more, and I feel like she probably had a bit more in her. However, I feel like it's the right call, based on the fact it's tradition sort of thing, you know, after 3 seasons does tend to be the cut-off point, and yeah, that is pretty much the way things go in current Doctor Who, because David Tennant stayed for 3 seasons, Capaldi 3 seasons, Smith 3 seasons, so Jodie 3 seasons seems about fair and seems about correct. But obviously the bigger news, I think, that I want to talk about is Chris Chibnall leaving Doctor Who. Now, I think that's a bit more intriguing, because as intriguing as, you know, to see Jodie Whittaker go, see the back of Jodie Whittaker, but to see the back of Chibnall, the pair of them, I think is actually even better news for us fans, because ultimately they have almost come to the point of destroying the show with not just The Timeless Child, which I think was a woeful plot, but just the show in general. There's not really many episodes I can solely remember, that stand out to me, that I'm like, yeah, I'll watch that again. You know, maybe there's 1 or 2, you know, in season 12 and 11, but other than that, absolutely nothing. And when I compare it to the Moffat era or the T. Davis era, you know, with obviously Capaldi, Smith and Tennant, you know, ultimately, you know, the new Who, let's say, you know, the new era of Who, this era of Who, has been the worst by far. Literally. And I mean that. It's come to the point where they almost destroyed the show. Almost destroyed. And I know that is very strong language to use to accuse someone of almost destroying a show, but it's true. Like, I'm not going to sit here and lie to you or to myself of my feelings. I do honestly believe they almost destroyed Doctor Who. And you know what? If Doctor Who gets cancelled within the next 5 to 10 years, if it even survives that, I will not be surprised. For one, I will not be surprised, because ultimately the show has hit such low TV ratings, it's unreal. And yeah. And it's not anything to do with, you know, obviously the doctor's a female or anything, because I know people may truck around them allegations, oh, you're an anti-female doctor, basically, you're trying to, you know, stop, obviously, doctors from being a female or whatever. Absolutely not. That is ridiculous if anyone starts making those arguments, because I do believe a female doctor can work, because it did work. And you know what? There's actually evidence in season 12 where it can work. If you get the right actor, you get the right, or give that actor the right scripts, even a weak script, and it's the right actor, you know what? The best actors will always deliver, yeah? And that's the way I see it. The best actors will always deliver, no matter the script. And we saw that with Joe Martin's Doctor, Ruth, who I actually liked. But as I was saying, going back to, you know, obviously previous, you know, Doctor Who, you know, eras, you know, the Moffat era, the Tennant era was fantastic. So many great highlights, so many great episodes, and so much, you know, I remember, I love, you know, yeah, in comparison, you know, to this era under, obviously, Chibnall and Jodie, I don't get the same vibe. I just don't. I really, really, really don't. Every single episode in the Moffat era, yes, there were some weak ones. Yes, okay, the same can be said for the T. Davis era. There were some weak episodes. But there were so many standouts, such as The Family of Blood, such as The End of Time. Even, obviously, Smith and Jones, I think it was. So many great episodes and doctors. And as I said, a female doctor can work in Jo Martin. I think she played a fantastic incarnation of a doctor. Yes, I don't like the fact, she's before William Hartnell, allegedly, because for me, William Hartnell is the original. He is the original Doctor, and I'm sorry, I dismiss the Timeless Child. And same with Sacha Dhawan. I thought he was another takeaway from season 12. I'm not gonna lie, I thought he was fantastic. His enactment of, obviously, the Master, I really, really loved. But as I said, the Timeless Child, for me, is what killed Doctor Who, if it never comes back. Ultimately, if season 13 ends up to be the final season for a very, very long time, well, we all know why. Because, ultimately, the show has plummeted to its lowest ever since. And, ultimately, as I say, you can be a queen, but, the queen is the queen, if that makes sense. And that's the same thing for Doctor Who. William Hartnell is the Doctor, as he said. I think it was in one of the Peter Capaldi's when the caretaker from Harry Potter reenacted William Hartnell's Doctor. As he said, you are a doctor, but I am the Doctor. And I think those famous words are always words that sort of resonate with me, because it really does mean something. There's a difference between the and a. A big, big difference. And that is why I will never see, Jo Martin's Doctor as before, the Doctor or a Doctor, if that makes sense. Because, Chibnall was always going to tamper with folklore in some way, because they all do it. T. Davis did it. Well, actually, no, T. Davis didn't really do it, but Moffat did it. And no surprise, Chibnall would do it as well. But ultimately, you have to sort of draw a line in the sand as what's too much for the audience and what's too little for the audience, if that makes sense. For instance, Hal Bennett was a good example. I think they were going too far. They realised they were going too far and then decided to sort of divert it a little bit, if that makes sense. And you could see that in the way the story was scripted out and the way it was concluded. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts on everything, what you think of Chibnall, departure, and Whittaker, whether you think it's a good move, and who you would want to see next be not only the showrunner, but also the main actor. In terms of characters, I think would be good new actors. Martin Freeman, I think, would be decent, personally, but I haven't really thought about that as of yet. Personally, I'm just happy, Chibnall is gone. We're going to see the back of him. Personally, I cannot wait to see what happens next. If you have liked this video, please like and subscribe. See you all next time.